Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day it is. I just felt led to share a glimpse of what the Lord impressed in my heart today as I was journaling with Him. This past weekend, I had an opportunity to hang out with some pretty incredible warrior women from Winword Church near Langley, BC, in Canada here. And they gave me roses. And so I was telling the Lord this morning, just thank you for how you ministered. He ministered to the women. I brought a couple of friends with me, and I love to share experiences, and it's always better together. So we came away just absolutely blessed ourselves. So I thanked the Lord for that. And I thanked Him for healing me and giving me, the strength and the capacity for just how He turned my story of illness and burnout into healing so that I can minister to other leaders. And I was thanking Him for beautiful friends that came alongside me and to explore His world and His adventures together. So I asked the Lord this morning, after I thanked Him for all those things, because we enter His gates with thanksgiving, right? It's like the password to open the door to His presence. So I told Him all these things that I was thankful for. Then I asked Him, Lord, where do you want to meet with me today? And I was thinking, it'd be this nice, peaceful place. Sometimes He gives me a picture of meeting with Him in a cabin, a cozy cabin with a fireplace, and there's a rocking chair and a homemade quilt, and I look out and I see this view. But today He met me in a storm. So I was in a boat on like waves. It's kind of like the ocean. I couldn't see an end to it. And I'm in this boat on these waves. It's like a rowboat in a big storm. I'm like, Lord, why this place? So I saw Jesus behind me, like I sensed Him behind me, and I felt His arms and His peace and His presence. He was keeping me safe and warm. And then when I asked Him why here, He lifted my perspective to look at all these other boats on these troubled waters. And they were trying to navigate these waters and these waves. And so I sensed I kept listening. I'm like, okay, Lord, there's a lot of boats out here. And they're all scattered. And they're little rowboats. And I sensed from Him, He was just showing me, that He and I, are going to gather them together to be like, and I think about all these little rowboats then gathered together and they connect with each other. And so it's one bigger surface. So unity and community, women coming together especially, much like we did this past weekend, which was phenomenal. And so, Lord, what is the look on your face as you see all this happening? And I just saw Him smiling and He was excited for what's next. And I asked Him, Lord, what do you want to do here now? And so I saw Him then get up out of my boat. So He was behind me in my little rowboat. Get up out of the boat and step onto the water. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. He can walk on water. But then I just saw Him take off. Like He went whoop high above, and His arms were wide, and He was inviting me and all these women in these rowboats to go up higher. Of course. And then I saw Him teaching us how to rebuke the storm, and He coached us to walk in our authority to rebuke the storm in His name. And the gift that He wanted to give us was peace. And the promise was from Him saying, I am with you. Apart from me, you can do nothing. So I thought of John 15, where we learn about that. Apart from me, Him, we can do nothing. Abide in Him. And then all of a sudden, So I'm listening to this playlist of, soaking music, devotional music as I'm journaling with the Lord. And this song comes on that just kind of, the lyrics take it even further. And so I'm going to drop below this video the link to the song. And it was powerful because out of that song came, Matthew 11:28-30, I think it is, where Jesus says, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. And in the song, it says, I will raise you up like an eagle into flight. So here we saw Jesus going up higher and then him inviting us to go up higher with him. And the song goes, Jesus, you are closer than a friend. Lord, what would shift is the question I asked him if we continued to, go up higher with him. And if I walked in these promises and I saw the waters that were troubled become still, like peaceful, like glass. And then I saw this beautiful sunrise, and I just sensed that it's a new day. It's a new day of women gathering together, no longer isolating ourselves in our rowboats and trying to navigate through the troubled waters individually, but coming together, encouraging each other, linking arms together, locking arms together, and then going up higher and seeing things from the Lord's perspective and allowing him to coach us in how to navigate the storms that are beneath us. Because when we're in Christ, we're seated in the heavenlies and the fullness of God lives in us. It's amazing. So that's what the Lord reminded me of today. And I just invite you, if you feel like you're a woman alone in a rowboat in the storm, you may want to come and join us. The link is also below. We're called the Freedom Coaching Circle, and it's freedomcoachingcircle.ca. And you're welcome to complete some questions there to see if we would be a good fit for you to come and join us, lock arms with us, learn to go up higher in the heavenlies with Jesus, and pray in authority that he gives us. It's been amazing journeying with these women all over the world in multiple time zones and countries, and we are going up higher together. So come and join us. See the music, the song, and the link below.